I wanted to share something with you. There was a video that I watched recently by a YouTuber called The Little Poet, and she talked about how she was able to kind of miraculously lose weight just by eating dark chocolate. So here's a little bit of her clip so you can see what she said, and then I'm going to go ahead and talk about my experience because I started implementing dark chocolate just to see if it would help me lose weight as well, and I'm going to let you know my results.
In March, I was only losing about 1 pound every 10 days. In April, I was losing 2 pounds right around 10 or 11 days, and it was going so slow. And then suddenly, it speeded up, and I started to be happier, less anxiety, and I was never hungry anymore. What did I do? Did I go on Ozempic? No, I did something better. I went on dark chocolate.
All right, so after I watched that video, I did go out and I bought a couple of different dark chocolates. I bought an 85% cocoa, a 72% cocoa, and then I also bought this Lily's sea salt, which is a no sugar added 70% cocoa. This is a little bit different than the first two because this is a no sugar added. Now, when I was reading about dark chocolate, there was a lot of talk about how difficult it is to try to start eating dark chocolate, especially this really intense dark chocolate, because the taste can be very bitter. It's not like eating regular milk chocolate. There's a bitter taste to it and can be difficult to get yourself to even like it. But I was reading through different threads that were saying, start off with a lower percentage and kind of gradually build yourself up so that you can get to the higher percentage. So the theory is the higher percentage of the cocoa, the less the spike of your blood sugar. Therefore, you're not going to have these intense cravings like you do with milk chocolate. Like I could eat Hershey Kisses just one after the other, and I never seem to feel satisfied or full. But with dark chocolate, they say that you don't have that same craving because it doesn't hit your blood sugar the same way that milk chocolate does, which is maybe like a 30 or 40% cocoa. So you can see the difference in the ingredients. So I started out with the 72% cocoa. When I first ate it, it tasted very bitter to me, and I could taste a hint of the flavoring in it, the chocolate flavor, if I would just kind of let it melt in my mouth. But at first, it wasn't really that pleasant. It certainly didn't make me want to eat it. But as I kept eating a little bit of it every day, I noticed that I could taste more and more of the chocolate flavoring in it. But what started happening was I started thinking to myself, oh wow, I could see myself eating a lot of this. And that kind of scared me and made me think maybe that's why 70% isn't really a good number, because it's not quite enough of that cocoa for you to not start to feel those cravings and want to go back into binging the dark chocolate. So I decided it was time to move on to the 85% cocoa. And this is the leftover of what I had. I did get through the whole package of the 72%. I was able to, through a week, get through that, and that's when I realized how much I liked it. And then the 85%, though, I still have this left. And the reason is because I tried to do the same thing with it that I did with the 70%, and I just never could get to a point where I really enjoyed it that much. It was just a little too bitter for me. I did probably have about 4 squares total over a week's period of time, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like in the packaging. So this is what a square looks like. You can see it's pretty dark, and like I said, I still have about 7 of those left, and I don't think I'm going to eat those. So then I decided I wanted to try the Lilies because I had heard someone else say that they really liked it. Now this one was 70%, but there's no sugar added. So it really should not have a blood sugar spike at all. And that's good because that's the blood sugar spike and the crash is what make you crave the food again. So we want to eliminate that spike and crash. So I tried a couple of pieces of this in my car as soon as I bought it, and I just let it melt in my mouth. It does have sea salt with it, and to be honest, I really loved it. It has a very sweet taste. It's very creamy, even though it's no sugar added. And even though it was 70%, there was a little bit of a bitter taste to it, but it actually wasn't that bad. So this is what I've been eating. This is actually my second bar that I've gone through. You do have to go to a specific store to get it. I had to go to Walgreens. I think they have it at Walmart, Walgreens, Vons, but it's very specific stores. I went and I bought 2 of these. They were about $5 a piece. I did go through one of them, but the nice thing about these is I still don't get that binging craving feeling. I can eat 2 of these, and let me show you these because they look a little bit different. So this is what the bar looks like. These are just little bitty chocolates, and I'll have like 2 of them at a time. And I have no issue with craving more of them. I'm able to stop, and I can just enjoy a nice chocolate treat. I'll even have a couple of them right after my breakfast because I always crave something a little sweet in the morning after my first meal. And I can have 2 of them and then I'm done. And I've been eating the over probably a little over a week, and it has not affected my weight at all. In fact, I have maintained as well as even lost a little bit of weight. So I'm really liking the dark chocolate. Now, one of the things that the little poet mentioned was that she was eating the 90% cocoa, and she was eating 2 squares in the morning, 2 squares in the afternoon, and that was helping her lose weight. I don't know how she could get to 90%. I personally couldn't even get to the 85. So as far as it helping you lose weight, I'm not sure if it really does work as an appetite suppressant or not, because I couldn't get to that number. But I will say it definitely works for a sweet treat for me, and it doesn't spike my blood sugar, and it's definitely something I can use within my diet to help me stay on this keto-friendly diet that I'm following that's helped me lose weight. She also said it improved her mood. I haven't really felt a difference in my mood, but maybe it really has helped her. And again, I didn't try the 90%. So if you can do it, go ahead and give it a try. And I'll link her video down below so you can watch it and see if you follow what she did, if it will actually work for you or not. I'm going to continue to eat the Lily's chocolate because I really enjoy it, and it's a great treat for me. I don't have to have any guilt or worry that I'm going to binge on it with it up in my cupboard. Like I used to keep even dark chocolate Hershey Kisses, which are a much lower percentage of cocoa, and I still would find myself getting up and going and wanting one of those because they were just sweet enough to where I would want more and more and more of those. And I'm trying to eliminate that binging/craving behavior out of my eating, and so the Lily's has really worked great for me with that.